Okay folks, I'm going to make a video here of some of the finest agates from the Columbia River Basin in southeastern Washington state. These are all agates that I have obtained from personal friends or other fellow rock hounders in the area. My wife and I have not found any of these, however we're making a museum and needed a few more display cases full to complete it, so here's the result. This particular table is sitting in our living room, and we'll get some close-ups of all these in a second, but just to give you a quick overview of some of the new acquisitions within the last year that were not found by ourselves. So here I'll just kind of go around the table so you can get a nice look at the beauty of these stones. Some incredible fortifications, incredible banding, fantastic colors in all of these stones. A lot of great big ones, a lot of smaller ones also. Common denominator is they're all top quality stones from this area. Unfortunately, we've had to revert to purchasing stones because most of the areas that you can find these are now off limits for private collectors. Most of the agate bearing land is now owned by large corporate farms, and they will not let you hunt due to liability problems. They don't want anybody getting hit by farm trucks, etc. Don't want people slipping and falling and suing them, which I would never do, but unfortunately over the years a lot of people, regardless of whether it's in the grocery store or at a farm, they get hurt due to their own carelessness and they sue. So I guess it's understandable that they don't want people on their property. However, it has now made it extremely difficult to find any stones like this. I have found 2 stones so far this year that were nice. Only one would be what I would call museum quality, but it's just getting cost prohibitive by the time you spend all the gas money to drive out to the areas where the stones can be located, and just your personal time spent looking for something like this is very difficult now. We have found a few handfuls of agates this year, most of them just plain translucent agates, nothing special, something that you could just, throw in a rock garden or tumble. But nothing of this caliber except for one. Nice eye agate here. Okay, now we'll move on. This is a fellow's collection I just bought a couple days ago. I didn't buy all of it. He just let me pick out some nice stones, which was awful nice of him. This is a beautiful little eye agate. A lot of nice, beautiful fortifications. Look at the colors in that. They don't get any better than this, folks. I've thought about buying equipment to make jewelry. However, I don't think I can bring myself to cut up stones of this quality. I'd rather look at them like this. Some incredible fortification here. I am going to be retiring with my wife at the end of this year. We have a place up near Orofino, Idaho, I am going to build a museum in the basement of our stones. We have probably 4,000 of this caliber on display, and I will probably let some people come by to look at them if they make an appointment with me. I'm sure we'll do displays at the schools, etc., for kids. Incredible fortification here. Look at that. As I would like people to still be able to enjoy these beautiful stones, I'm also going to write a book about the Columbia River Basin agates. It's mainly going to be a picture book with probably 500 to 1,000 pictures of the finest agates in this area. And the reason I'm doing that is because there isn't any such a thing. Very few people actually even know these stones exist out here, with the exception of people on the internet. Web pages. There's a few web pages we have dedicated to these stones. Columbia River Basin agates, Tri-Cities agates, and there's many books on the Fairburn agates, many books on Lake Superior agates, a few on the Oregon Beach, but nothing for these Columbia River Basin agates, which are, in my opinion, as good as anything in the world. I've seen all the displays at the World Agate Expo from Wisconsin, which featured agates from all over the world. And when it comes to river polished stones, the Columbia River Basin agates would rank in the top 3 or 4 in the entire world, comparable to Lake Superior, Fairburn, Australian, and Chinese Yangtze River and rainflower agates. That's the caliber of these stones. Nobody knows about them very much, but they will in the next several years. So if you're wanting to obtain some, there are a few folks that will sell you some. Every now and then I may part with a stone, but they're going to be incredibly difficult to obtain in this quality because the folks that have them do not want to let them go. I'm very lucky I was able to obtain these. In any case, let's look at a few individual ones. Some incredible things going on in this stone. Fantastic fortification here. Wonderful colors. This is kind of a crazy looking stone. This is a fantastic large fortified agate from this area. They don't get much prettier than this. Another wild looking one right there. Look at that. Beautiful colors. This is a very large agate with carnelian on the top of it. Nice freckles and banding. Here's what some of these stones look like cut open. Here's the outside, just plain carnelian. Cut it open and voila. There's what you get. This stone was very beautiful on the outside, as you can see. And here's the result cut open. Most of these have a bluish and whitish hue to them when cut. Some real nice fortification there. A nice dark fortification. I'm going to show you some of the finest stones we've obtained in size in a minute. That would be these right up here. We're going to look at each one of them up close and personal. Some brilliant markings on this stone. A lot of people think this looks like an eyeball looking at you. Very nice carnelian with an incredible fortification. This was nicknamed the Death Star by both the owner that I purchased it from and many other people that have seen it. A brilliant agate. A lot of nice bands on this one. This fantastic stone was found last fall. It's a large carnelian on the outside with a big smiley face. I love this stone, one of my favorites. This is a wild brecciated agate in quartz. Got some banding going on at the bottom. Just a really interesting piece. You gotta like this thing. Just an incredible large agate from this Columbia River Basin. This is a fantastic root beer and multicolored banded water level agate. I hope this is showing up well. I can't tell that good on this camera. Here's another incredible large quartz and agate stone. Big pocket there. Real pretty. Another huge water level and quartz face. Very nice colors. This is about as big as they get with designs on them. I absolutely love this thing. Large center of carnelian, surrounded by quartz and fortified agate, with dimples and freckles on the outside skin. Lots of banding. And this is probably one of the finest ever to come out of the Columbia River Basin. This thing is 2.5 pounds, 2.58 pounds. Caramel, white yellowish carnelian. Incredible fortifications. Well, folks, that's some of the newest additions. I've got more in these boxes I wasn't able to put up on the tables. As you can see, I've got a few showcases that can be filled up with these wonderful stones. Hopefully you enjoyed this latest edition. I haven't made a video for a little while. There's some very fine eye agates right up front here. Anyway, that's it, folks. Thanks for watching.